Hi guys, Dom again, Mustache Man, here to help developers get good at sharing their thoughts and ideas with other people. Today we're going to be looking at networking and how can we do it so it doesn't suck. Now, if you hear networking, you might be thinking, oh, that's the thing I do when I'm looking for a new job. I get a new CV or a resume, I make multiple copies, and then I hand it to people if they ask me if I'm looking for a job. And while that's true, a much better way to network is when you're not actually looking. And a better way of networking is not at networking events. And the reason for that is because when you're networking at a networking event, everyone is trying to catch your ear and you're trying to catch their ear. And so everyone is sort of in a place where I need you to hear what I need to hear, and actually no one hears anything. So a good practice is actually to practice networking when you don't need to. So it could be going to a regular meetup group, it could be going to a regular talk, it could be hosting a regular talk, and just get in the process of just performing this on a regular basis. Think of it as like a job hygiene kind of thing. You should be going to the dentist twice a year. Think about networking the same way. Not twice a year, but a little bit more than that because it's your career we're talking about. So what I've come up with is a few strategies that you can use that hopefully will make this process a little bit easier and help you focus on what you want to get out of networking in general. And the first thing is, if you're going to a meetup group or a talk, try and identify who's going to be there or what questions you want to ask when you are there. And if it's a tech meetup group, they probably will have outlined what they're going to be talking about, who's going to be the lightning talks or what have you. And that's okay. But if you don't, try and get an idea. It can be helpful when you go in to be prepared with some ideas or some thoughts or some questions. And by asking those questions, you automatically stand out from the crowd. So think about what happens when you're in a talk and the presenter goes, any questions, and someone stands up and asks that question. You don't tend to go, oh, that was just so and so, but you actually go, oh, that was the person who asked this question, especially if it's an interesting one. The second thing that you can do is listen. That's one of the key parts about networking. It's not so much about you telling other people what you do, but actually listening to what other people are doing and seeing how you can help them. So in the breakout areas or sort of the other areas, see if you can listen in on what people are saying. Now, don't listen on conversations you're not supposed to be, but do try and listen to what people are talking about, what things they come away with. Even ask questions. You can ask probing questions like, what did you think about that talk? Or have you used this technology before? I'm struggled with it, or anything like that. And do make sure that if you do that, try and follow up with those people. Because invariably, once they already know you from one area, if you can maintain contact with them, that's how you build a rapport. And chances are, if they are looking for someone of your skill set, they're more likely to reach out to you than some job board. The third thing that you can do is, if you're at a meetup or at a conference, message the organizer and ask them if you can assist in any way. And 9 out of 10 times, organizers would love to have some extra help. It could be just sort of writing name tags, or just telling people where they should go, or anything like that. And the benefit of that is that it gives you sort of inside access to the conference. And it makes it a little bit easier to sort of be on the door and welcoming people in and listening and asking their names than you as a spectator trying to go in and do the same thing. And then finally, if you can at all, offer to do a talk or offer to MC or anything like that uses your public speaking skills. And the reason why is this. If you go to a talk as a spectator, you are consuming the content. Okay, and that's one way. But if you're there, speaking or organizing or presenting, you are now becoming a producer of the content, and you're now sort of in the role where the other producers are. And more often than not, those producers are the ones who have better insight as to what's happening inside their company or inside their industry, and you can ask them questions, you can get a little bit closer, and it provides a better networking experience. Plus, it gets you the exposure when other people go, oh, you were emceeing or at that conference, or you did that lightning talk or something like that. I've actually met a number of people that way who become part of my mastermind group simply because they were brave enough to go on stage, do a lightning talk, and I thought, actually, that's really interesting. I want to get to know them more. So the things that you can do is listen and think about how you can be of benefit or help to that person. Follow up if you do. Make a note of the people or the people that are going to be presenting or going to be there, and then see if you can offer help or help in any way to the organizer of the conference or the meetup group. I hope this has been helpful. If you like this video, please subscribe, and that way you can know when I do other videos. And if you know anyone else who may benefit from this, please feel free to share it with them. That's all for now, and I will see you next time.